combining things together. The question is, what do we combine, Grace?
You combine the x squareds together and the whole numbers.
And the regular numbers together, that's right. We combine the x squareds together and the whole numbers together. Now, everybody look up. What is this minus making negative? Is it making negative that 3x squared or the 4?
4.
The 4. It helps to make it plus a negative if you forget about which one is negative. It also might help for you to write a 1 in front of that x squared. Remember, that's 1x squared. So how many x squareds are there? 4x squared. And how many numbers without variables are there? Not 13.
2.
Nope. Negative 13. I mean, there are 2 numbers, I see what you're saying, but they add up to negative 13. Now, you could write plus a negative 13 if you like that better, or you could write minus 13. They are the same thing. That is the answer. There is no solving for x. There is no combining those last 2 because they are not, anybody remember what that phrase is when you combine certain things? They're not like terms. Like terms are things that can be combined. A's go with A's, B's go with B's, but also B squareds go with B squareds, B cubes go with B cubes, and so on. All right, here's the first problem that somebody's going to win a prize on. 8 minus x squared plus 4x plus 2x squared minus 9. Remember, like terms go together. X squareds go together. X's go together. Regular numbers go together. Try it right now. I see too many of you just sitting there looking at your notebook like it's going to magically appear or like you're going to wait for me to do it for you, and I am not. I'm not going to tell you the right answer, so you can check your answer. You're just going to have to wing it and see if you got it right. I'll give you a little bit longer to finish up. Okay, hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6.
I got 5x squared and -1.
Okay, you got 5x squared. Are you counting this x as an x squared? Because only the x squareds go together and the x's stay by themselves. So you can keep going, just correct your work, okay? Okay, so only the x squareds are going to be combined, so tell me.
Maybe 1x squared.
Good, because we got 2 and a -1, which makes 1x squared. You could just leave it as x squared or 1x squared. Okay?
And then it'd be, would it just be 4x?
Plus 4x.
And -1.
Perfect. That's correct. If you have that 1 in front of the x squared, no big deal. Mathematicians prefer if you don't have it, but you can if you want. Noah, would you like an I'm a winner sign or would you like a genuine compliment? Okay. Okay. You know how some people are friends with everybody? And some people are friends with like one person? What I see from my class when I look at you is I see that you are close friends in your life, from my perspective, like maybe 5 or 6 people in this school. And to them, you are a genuine, caring person who definitely are important to them, and that you are important to them and they are important to you, and you treat them as such. You are a good friend to the few that call you a true friend. And I think that that's true. What do you think? Yeah? Yeah. You're a good friend. A very good friend. And people are lucky when they find you. It is tough to find somebody that you really click with, and when you find those people, you got to keep them. So, good job, Noah. All right. Next up. So we did addition, and now we're going to do subtraction. It is very similar. Well, kind of very similar. You'll see. All right. My example is going to be 6x minus 11, and then minus 2x minus 19. These are both binomials. There's only a power of x to them. That's the highest power. Now, I think the easiest way to do this problem is to kind of think about changing this. I'm going to give you a second to write it down because I see that some of you still are. I'm going to change this to a plus and a -1, and I'm going to distribute that -1 in first, and then I'm just going to add it like I did the other stuff. You can think every time, if you want to, 6 minus 2, or -11 minus a -19, but I think it's easier to distribute a -1 into the second half and then add them. So this is now 6x minus 11 minus 2x and a plus 19. Do you see where I'm getting those numbers from? Anyone confused? All right, so now I'm going to put the x's together. Remember, if it helps you, make it plus and negative so that you know that they go with those. 6x and a -2x is 4x. And a -11 plus 19 is what? Positive 8. Now, again, you could really think about it as subtraction in your head. You could think 6x minus 2x is 4x. And -11 minus a -19 is positive 8, but sometimes those get a little mixed up in my head at least, so I think it's way easier just to distribute and then add. But I'm not going to make you do it the way I do it. Your call. Example 4, last one. This is not a bad day of math, huh?
No.
Adding and subtracting. Do you remember at the earlier part of the year that you guys were like, well, how would I possibly know when it's a positive or negative? Hopefully you know by now. And if you don't, you might want to use a calculator. By the way, mathematicians do like to put the higher power first, so they put the x squared first, then the x, and then the regular number, but ultimately, it doesn't matter. They could be in any order, because 3 plus 4 is the same thing as 4 plus 3. All right, try it yourself right now. You can either distribute it as a -1, or you can think about subtracting each one in your head. Got to try it. Are we ready? Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody else?